It was an ordinary Sunday night. My parents had just returned home from an evening church service, and I was at home doing homework in my room. I was talking on the phone with my now husband when my mom came in, blank-faced, and said, "Amy, I think there's something wrong with your dad." I leave my room only to find my dad beginning to slump over, face drooping, and beginning to slur his words. Within seconds, he loses consciousness. Breathing seems to stop, and somehow I'm attempting CPR. At 52 years old, my dad was having a stroke that would take his life 17 days later. My world stopped. Everything I had known came to an abrupt halt, and grief poured in like nothing I've ever experienced. Have you ever lost something so precious that it felt like your world was spun upside down? Now, maybe it wasn't a loss to death. Maybe it was the loss of your home or financial security. Maybe your marriage fell apart or a valued relationship ended. For some of you, it may be the decline of your health and just not being able to do and live life like you once used to. Sometimes it can even be looking back on your life and feeling a sense of loss because of the decisions that you've made. Most, if not all of us, have experienced a loss that has left a mark on our lives, a scar that still hurts. So how can we be brave in the midst of loss? How can we move forward, find healing, and continue on with the strength and confidence that only God can provide? The simple answer is to press into Jesus. Psalms 55:22 tells us that we're to cast every burden that we have on the Lord and that He is going to sustain us. You see, we have a promise that God will sustain us even during the most turbulent times. We can take every feeling, every doubt, and every tear straight to the one who loves us and is ready to heal our broken hearts. Hurt and loss are inevitable in this life. This world we live in is broken. But thankfully, the Bible makes it clear that we have a present hope, and that hope is found in Jesus. Through a personal relationship with Him, we can experience healing from loss and brokenheartedness over time, and maybe even years. God will mend the broken pieces within us. While God supplies everything that we need to make it through the challenges of this life, He also gives us a future hope to look forward to. The book of Revelation encourages us that one day He will wipe every tear from our eyes. One day there will be no more loss, no more evil, no more hard. One day all of our wounds will be healed, our scars removed, and our broken hearts will be completely made new. This week we're going to take a look at how God's strength helps us to move forward, how we can choose Jesus when we're faced with temptations that are ready to pull us under, and how we can walk forward in victory through the hard things because of the God who loves us deeply. I want to challenge you to press into Jesus even when it is hard this week. It's in Him that we're going to find peace and wisdom and the strength to move forward. Take time to read the verses for this week. Journal what you're learning about God and His character in the verses that we look at each day. When we know more about who God is, it is so much easier to place our trust in Him. We begin to realize that He is who He says He is and that He can do what He says He will do. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys back next week.